Hello, I am Popefire, the Starfire god. By popular request, I have brought back Grimlock. Now he is my male perspective on a lot of these early bird streams. How are you doing today? This
I'm
beautiful
doing
morning.
fine. Can't complain. Can't afford to complain.
Can't afford to complain. I
Yeah.
like your optimism. Now, the stream, we don't really have a set topic, so we'll just be talking. Well, I think because you're playing Apex, aren't you?
Actually, I just got done playing Apex for the night.
Oh, so see, I was gonna play Overwatch because they released the new hero, and he's
Yeah.
actually a lot of fun to play. So I'm hoping I can snap him pretty quickly because everybody else has been playing him, didn't practice him. They just go to quick play and think, oh, he's open, I'm gonna play him, and then they ruin the entire game because they don't know how to play him. So they'll end up just being total noobs. And then Pope's over
Yeah.
here like, what the hell is going on? This is a support heal. That's always the worst part about new heroes that are support. You always get those people that have never picked up a support other than like the week that they're out.
Yeah.
So they don't play them like support. They play them like a fucking DPS. Aha, I got him.
So.
And I'm in a 4-stack. Hopefully this 4-stack will actually play play well. I've been getting a lot of 4-stacks that kind of just troll.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, the Overwatch, my favorite Overwatch anniversary is in like 2 weeks, and I'm so excited. Or event, Uprising, or Archives, or whatever the hell they call it. I'm excited though because it's my favorite event.
Yeah. That's fun. I wish they would keep that around longer than some of the other events.
I wish that they wouldn't limit them to that 3 weeks that they have them because it's just because me and Booster were talking about this today. Overwatch gets boring. There's not really any new game modes. They rotate the same ones out, but even then, I mean, this is a game that's releasing new heroes every 3 months, new maps every 3 months. It's
Yep.
disgusting that we don't really get new events. Like the events are sometimes anywhere from like 4 months apart to a month apart, and it's boring because they're not even releasing new game modes for these events. They're just rehashing the old ones and then just doing new skins. And don't get me
Yep.
wrong, I love the skins in Overwatch. Like I love the skins in Overwatch, but a lot of these skins are very, very expensive. I mean, if you want the League skins, oh my god, the League skins are $5 a piece.
Yep.
That's disgusting.
Unless you just do what I do and just turn on Twitch for a little while and just
Yeah,
just
I'm
let it.
not like that. I can't. I'm not gonna just turn Twitch on. I have a life, you know.
Well, I
And even
actually
then,
do.
you only get a handful of them at a time. Like that's what's so frustrating.
Yeah. I mean, I actually do watch some of the matches. Like if it's a
Mm-hmm.
good match, I'll watch it and hopefully try to learn something. But I do
Oh,
realize,
Genji, you dummy. I
Jiminy
mean, I
Cricket
wouldn't
says to
mind.
go to bed.
Actually, early bird streams because we most of us have already slept. Early bird streams are set to be in the morning time. Okay, I have some dumbass teammates, man. I have a fucking Torb. When they have a Bastion, we don't have a shield tank. We have a Genji. Our Genji's actually trying. I will give it to one thing. Our Genji is good, but everybody else on our team is a fucking idiot. Like they're not coming by their healer who can help them. And I'm not gonna chase down a fucking Torb. That's stupid. Why would I chase down a Torb? Alright, sorry. I just really like when I play Overwatch, I expect to play with people that at least attempt to understand the game.
Yeah.
I know you require healing. How about you come the fuck down here and I'll heal you? Stupid Genji ass. Good job. Good job.
Yeah.
Seltzer 76. Yeah, I guess you can read the chat since I'm gaming and you're not.
Well, right now it's just one comment saying that you should go to bed.
Yeah, Jiminy. I actually okay, so I trolled Jiminy so hard today. I went to his stream and I was typing in the opening of Avatar,
Mm-hmm.
but he seemed really frustrated on his drawing today. Now we have a Rhine. Okay, we still have a Widow and a Torb and a Doomfist, but we have a Rhine now. Too bad it was our Genji that switched to Rein, because our Genji was the only one killing anything. And forget support. So now, why would we need a support? I mean, hell, it's not like most of our team is running off and dying. That's silly.
Yeah, it is.
It's okay.
I still think they should do cross-platform in Overwatch.
Oh, they should, but I think PlayStation is one of the reasons why a lot of cross-platform doesn't happen. They really don't like other platforms. Which, I mean, I get
They're,
it. I do get it, but still frustrating.
I,
Okay,
yeah, no,
Ryan,
they're
buddy, don't run away from your healer if you're gonna spam I need healing.
they're gonna go into it kicking and screaming.
Yeah. I don't think they'd realize that, because with a lot of games going online only, it would help a lot of games stay alive, and it would it would require
Oh
them
yeah.
people that, because people don't want to buy an Xbox and PlayStation and then buy the membership fees to where they have to all right, Ryan, to where they have to play online, because with most of the games being online anyways, it's just
Oh yeah.
right. Good job, McCree. Good job. Or not McCree, 76. Go to bed. Oh my god, I just realized Jimity's not a mod here. Alright, I wish that Widow would switch.
Yeah, unfortunately, Sony has this idea that just because they have about 85 million PlayStation 4 sold, they think that 85 million buyers play the same exact games, so they don't need to
Yeah.
cross-platform. Which is a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
It would have saved a lot of games.
It would have. I mean, I can't
Um,
deny that. It would have, especially with how many are online only now.
well, not just that. Is that you have a lot of smaller games that are either indie games um, they're or AAA, but they don't have as big a following as Call of Duty
Mm-hmm.
or even Overwatch. And even with Overwatch, it takes a while to find a game. Um,
Yeah. I mean, Overwatch just, I mean, don't get me wrong, I love Overwatch, but then there's games like this where you get matched with a 4-stack that's clearly trolling, because the only one that's trying is the Reinhardt, who was the Genji. But look, this team is a Sombra, a Widowmaker, a Torb, and a Reinhardt. These people are clearly trolling. No, they're not switching to counter, and it's very frustrating because the other member we have, he's the only one that's not in a 4-stack or in a team stack, and I kind of hate this, because I'm sitting here like I would like to play with people that at least attempt. And I have a feeling
yeah.
that this one person went Widowmaker just out of spite, because they haven't killed one person, and I've been paying attention to the thing. Most of the kills have been coming from either me or Ryan, and I'm not even trying to kill people. I'm trying to heal my team because I'm solo healing.
Yeah, they seem intent on losing the game for you.
Yeah, that's what it boils down to, is people throwing massive cuck fits.
Nah, that's kind of why I stopped playing Apex for the night. It was like you're in a firefight and you're getting shot at from two different directions, and they're going,
Yeah.
"Bro, you had time to heal. Really? Getting shot at in two different directions, and I had time to heal? When?"
Where's the payload at? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm standing right next to the payload. Where's the payload? It's right next to you, Popefire, you freaking idiot.
Uh,
Me and Booster won a game yesterday because they were spawn camp, because me and Booster were healing, because that's usually how it goes, is we have to heal and everybody else kind of goes DPS, and we're like, okay, whatever. But we were healing and we were getting spawn camped, and our teammates were yelling at us because nobody was healing us. But we had a Sombra that won us the game, because the Sombra carried the payload, snuck it back because they were so busy spawn camping us that the Sombra was able to carry the payload all the way to the finish line from the very start to the end. But we were on the third point anyways. But it was really funny because we got the fucking payload because somebody snuck behind him and got it. I just love it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna stick with this Reaper. Oh, there's a Widowmaker switch. Thank you, Widowmaker. It means a lot. I love you. I love you forever, Widowmaker. Yeah, well, they went Reaper, and Reaper's like extremely powerful right now.
I would imagine so.
I love this guy. He's got this thing where you're pretty much invincible. I love it. I don't know what's the point of having an alt if 76 runs away from it as soon as I put it up. Good job, 76. You freaking idiot. On the bright side, they only had one solo healer as well. I just think he's a little bit better than me, which is fine. But you're not gonna win them all, right?
Nope.
They're pushing the payload.
Your favorite troll to say is not amused by your stream. Santa Raven said best stream ever.
Yeah. Well, we're not really ranting. I'm just complaining about how stupid my teammates are. Holy fuck. Oh my god, we won. I have no idea how we won, but fucking hell. I never want to play with these people again.
No, I am just sitting here wondering how in the hell did some of these games just not get the love they deserve. We have no good Marvel games on console right now, but freaking a million on mobile. Or DC for that matter. Except for the Lego games.
I'm not playing with this team again. Fuck this team. Oh my god. I had 11,000 healing. And I shouldn't have had that much because my teammates kept running the fuck away from me. But fucking hell, man. I'm so fucking hate stupid teammates. Alright, so let's talk about cartoons. Because I feel like that's a good point with like, because if we're gonna do the SJW ranting stuff, I feel like modern cartoons are definitely leaning towards one direction. Now, I didn't feel like they leaned that way when I was a kid. I mean, a lot. I didn't get to watch that many cartoons as a child, but for the most part, the ones I watched as a kid, yeah, there were episodes with you could consider SJW stuff in it, but it wasn't so blatant or it wasn't so in your face about it, and it definitely didn't cover the whole series. Like it really was just like a once in a lifetime thing or once an episode thing. Now there definitely were some that were very SJW-ish, but I mean, let's look at Ben 10. Ben 10 is a good example. Action show. Yeah, they had a powerful female character in it, but it was still an action show, and the politics did not take front and center. Now, if we look at the Ben 10 now, the art is horrible. Yeah, no, cartoons are so lazily animated now. And I mean, even stuff like Transformers, and I know you're a big Transformers fan, hence the name Grimlock, but and it's all because of Flash. Canadian animation is what I call it, because most Flash animation comes from Canada. Canada.
Well,
Canada.
it's more so of being cheap. Everything, and I don't want to sound like I'm against corporations, but man, corporations have gone so into making as much money as possible to where they just take the cheapest route to everything, and it's like, quality products will always sell. I mean, yeah, you can put the cheapest thing out there as possible, but
Well, it feels like
it
anything that's being picked up that's got good animation is exclusive to streaming services. I mean, let's
yeah, I
look
noticed that.
at Voltron. Voltron is one of the only shows right now that's not Flash animation.
Castlevania too.
Yeah, there's a lot of shows, and there are some on Netflix that are Flash animated. I think that really grotesque one about the kids in puberty. I don't know the names of it, but
I know which one you're talking about. I
yeah,
actually watched a couple of those.
I heard that's actually pretty good. But the animation and art style, looks absolutely disgusting.
Yeah,
Ooh, this guy works really well with a Mercy because he can make her invincible while she reses. All right,
I think somebody is trying to time out Jiminy in the chat.
Jiminy has mod ship now.
Santa Raven's plan has been foiled. But yeah, a lot of cartoons are, God, they're horrible to look at.
They really are. I honestly hate how lazy it is because I feel like our generation, yeah, there were some lazily animated stuff, but those were never front and center.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not
And
gonna sit here and
I am so sick of Flash animation.
yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that cartoons back then didn't have some sloppy animation because
Yeah.
I mean I have watched a lot of Transformers now, and looking back at it as an adult, you go, wow, that was pretty terrible right there.
I mean,
Those are
I prefer even the Teen Titans animation Transformers to Flash animation.
I that was the only thing about that show I absolutely hated was that animation style.
Well, I heard it was actually a really good show. Like that's
It it was. It just that style does not work with. It doesn't work with robots.
yeah.
It really doesn't. It was. Yeah, it took me a while to like just get over the fact of the animation.
Yeah.
Oh, Brandon, yes, the new Ninja Turtles is
Oh, that is
horrible.
absolutely
That
disgusting.
is,
Why does only one of them have a different body type? Like all the other ones look the exact same, but then you have that one that's a Raf that's a completely different body type. I don't get it. I don't understand it. It bugs me.
I don't know. And one of the things that I hate hearing is when I hear these guys these people do these interviews and go, "Well, I was a fan of the original series," and if you, no, the fuck you wasn't. If you was a fan of the original series, there is no way in the fuck you could put some bullshit out like that's being put out right now
Oh,
and
She-Ra
say,
is a perfect example of that. The Teen Titans Go is a perfect example of that because those guys openly admitted to not watching any of the original series until they were already in like season 4 of Teen Titans Go.
yeah. Well, you've heard about the whole Thundercats roar thing, and that guy goes, "I remember watching this with my older brothers, and I was a fan of the original series." No, no, you
Yeah.
wasn't.
A lot of these are just given these because the studio doesn't want to lose licenses over them. But because they also want to give them, they're afraid that the SJW shows won't pass because a lot of these are run by women, right? And the whole reason Steven Universe was even given the time slots it was because they were having a hard time, like it had a really low viewership and they didn't want it to go, well, women can't make cartoons.
Yeah, well, it's be honest, most of it is due to the fact that you have a woman in charge
At
at
Cartoon
Cartoon
Network.
Network, and I know this is gonna sound anti-woman, and I can feel the torches coming out now, but in most situations, in most places that I have worked, when a woman gets put in charge, the one thing that they always do is they just hire women for the sake of hiring women,
Oh,
and
definitely.
it's like they don't even give a fuck if they're qualified for the spot because there's no way in the hell that the woman who is in charge of Shira should be running that.
No, definitely. I 100% agree with you there.
Yeah, yeah, Doom. You would think with technology being the way that it is, especially now with, I mean, digital art, newer equipment, newer techniques. I mean, you would think that animation would be better than it's ever been.
No, there's
And
okay. Here's the thing. It's kind of like comics. There were women in comics before, but
yeah,
they were women that liked comics.
yeah,
So it's ridiculous to me that now we're putting all these women in charge and completely forgetting about the women that had been. Because there was a woman in charge when New Teen Titans came out, and
yep.
I'm sitting here like,
Jeanette Kahn.
why are we forgetting about these women that actually had good sales? And we're putting these other women in charge that are actively killing comics, and then we're praising them for being so woke.
Because it's ideology over productivity. They really don't. They know. Look, they know who it is. They can't sit there and tell me that they haven't noticed that Netflix didn't notice the backlash to the trailers and the previews to Shira and said, "Oh yeah, this is great. I can't see what's wrong with this." Where
I don't know.
you had Shira, and I love the straw man that they used, that it was some males having a power fantasy or having something to masturbate to, and I'm like, no.
No,
Girls
even
like,
okay. Here's the secret: women like women in shape as well. The only women that don't like beautiful women are ones that are jealous that they're beautiful women.
oh
They're
yeah,
women that are insecure. They're women that hate other women. Those are the only women that go around body shaming and fit women, body shaming women with, and yeah, I'm using their fucking terms because this is essentially what it is. How dare women be attractive? How dare a woman have a bigger breast size than me? How dare a woman have anything bigger than a B cup? For fuck's sake. Women like beautiful women too, and I just don't understand why the fuck we let these feminists that don't even make up the majority of the female fucking population determine how everybody else thinks. And
yeah.
I'm sure Sandaro could come on here and tell us why it seems they get everything they want and everybody else. I mean, even looking at backlash, feminists complain about somebody just saying the wrong thing on accident and taking it out of context. Fans will complain about, hey, what's up with this Shira? What's up with this comic? And they're told, well, you guys should just shut the fuck up. It doesn't matter. But when feminists do it, for some reason, they get what they want. I don't understand it. Why do they get what they want? And then actual people that buy the product get told to fuck off. I would
Be,
really like this explained to me because this has happened so often that I'm
um,
sitting here like, why does this happen?
my theory is this, and these since PC culture has been started a long time ago,
Mm-hmm.
they've had close to 40 years to spin a narrative through the media, no less.
And college.
Yeah, well, but mostly through the media because the media is where it's because everything nowadays through the media perception has somehow become reality, and we now live and die with what the fuck happens on social media as though that's real. Real, where you can't say I disagree with this woman, even though you could clearly see that they're spouting bullshit. It's like the body shaming thing.
One in
There's,
fifth
there's
women
not
get
there's not
raped.
there's not
Yeah,
body
one in fifth
there's
women do get raped when you start changing the definition of rape.
yeah. Well, I mean, like body shaming. No, there's a difference in making fun of somebody, teasing somebody, and being a dick, and then there's pointing out the obvious. If, for example, if you're a woman and you're well endowed, you have a D cup sized breast, and your gut still sticks out further than your breast, you're fucking fat, honey. That's not shaming. That's pointing out the obvious. Um, if you're a guy and you can't see your penis without putting a mirror on the floor, you're fucking fat. If you're ashamed about that, then perhaps you should change that.
Go to the gym.
Go to the gym. Don't eat so much. Go for a walk. Um,
Anything.
Women also like to say that it's harder for women to lose weight, and I call bullshit on that.
that's
Um,
bullshit.
Anybody can lose weight. Like, yeah, maybe it is easier for men. I don't fucking care. I don't fucking know. But losing weight is like there shouldn't be an excuse for being like, well, I just can't lose weight because I can't afford to. It's like, bitch, you can afford to walk. Walking is fucking free.
Just go take a quick jog around the neighborhood every day.
I mean, literally, you're not being taxed for walking, man. We got teammates that are just letting us Symmetra kill them.
No, I mean,
Of
Doom, you're
course, you're
right.
playing college.
It's about commitment, and most of those people are not committed because
Well, they want an excuse for laziness. That's all it boils down to is an excuse for laziness.
you know what
They need
I
an
could
excuse for being ugly. They need an excuse for pretty much fucking everything.
you know I could respect them if they said, I just like cupcakes, and I'd be like, okay, dude, do you?
Well, if you like cupcakes, that's on your fucking fault. It's not everybody else's fault that you're fat.
I mean, if you don't want to work out, if you don't want to take care of yourself, that's fine. I mean, hey, live and let live. But don't sit here and say, "Oh, I'm ashamed. Oh, I feel ashamed because this person is more. I'm mad because this person is more attractive than me, or this person takes better care of himself because you're that's retarded." It's well, Doom. Apparently, your hatred of cupcakes have made a lot of fat people happy because they're certainly taking your share. Um, it's to me, it's hilarious. Like going back to the Shira thing, they basically turned Shira into a strong, a strong princess of power to basically a boy in drag with a sword.
They turned him into Ben 10 in drag.
Yeah.
I mean, she even looks like Ben 10. Like you can, it's pathetic. And these people were like, well, we're fans of the She-Ra. You guys aren't real fans. Like, fucking hell. Like what the fuck? I was told today that I wasn't a real fan of Starfire because I pointed out that she has other costumes than her new 52 one because apparently Starfire only wears revealing costumes even though I pointed out 10 versions that didn't. But it
Huh?
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to these people.
Of course not, because remember you can bring up 9 things that would
Oh, hi Night Pope.
not
What?
you. Go ahead, Night Pope.
Oh no, I was just like, you're only noticing me now.
Oh no, I noticed you a while ago, but I figured I should probably say hi. I'm playing Overwatch right now, and I'm
I
playing with
know.
really stupid people.
I get it. I was playing all day, and there were a couple times where it's like, all you need to do is shield me. I'm already shooting at them.
But,
Good job. Good job, team. Good fucking job, you fucking useless pieces of shit.
Let's
Okay,
see.
no.
can you eat 40 cakes without being fat?
I can imagine that somebody would probably like 4 whole cakes or like a slice of cakes.
I'm gonna say 40 whole cakes.
I'm not sure I can eat 40, but I don't think I could fit 40. I have trouble with eating a personal pizza. Can't finish it. One sec, I'm just looking at, you might find this funny, but I'm just going on my college, .com thing where it says the classes that you need to take a certain major, and I'm looking at and it will tell you the classes you need for each state school. And I'm gonna go and pick gender studies.
Why?
and
Do
see
you
what
hate yourself?
and see what classes you need to take a gender and women's studies at Berkeley. Let's see.
No, I don't hate fat people. I just think that making up excuses for being overweight is ridiculous. Because again, the excuse that you're too poor to eat healthy. There's no there's literally like you can burn calories so easily. There's stuff you can cut out of your diet. You can cut out bread if you want, because carbs are some of the hardest stuff to get rid of. You don't need to just spend so much money on like super expensive food, super expensive healthy food. You can just, work out or move more. And yeah, there are some people that work like 14-hour days. I mean, I'm one of them, but I can still find time to, not defend being tubby or anything like that. Like, I just think if you are gonna be tubby, then you fucking own it, and you don't tell other people that they should be ashamed of being thin. Because essentially that's what feminism wants, is they want to shame other people. They want to shame women for being attractive, because feminists and SJWs hate attractive people because they're all ugly bastards inside and out. And again, we talked about this yesterday. SJWs, feminists in general, hate women. They like to because they project. You can always tell when somebody's an SJW because they project really hard. With SJWs in particular, oh my god, I'm so sick of this Symmetra. With SJWs in particular, they have a habit of saying, that people are racist, that people are sexist, that they're this, and this, and then it ends up being SJWs that tend to be that way. I mean, why else do you think feminists are so defensive of minority people? It's generally because those women are scared of minority people, and they pretend like if I defend them and I white knight for them, they'll think that I'm on their side. But in actuality, it's them just trying to defend being racist. Because they assume right off the bat that a minority person is poor, that a minority person cannot stand up for themselves, while also projecting, well, we love you guys, we love your people, we love this, and it's ridiculous.
I know. I mean, I'm just kind of getting angry right now because you literally can just do 1 year at community college and have enough of the requirements to transfer into Berkeley to get a gender studies degree, but I need to take 4 years to get my stupid nuclear engineering.
Of course not, because everybody knows gender studies isn't a real fucking degree.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it requires more skill to make toilet paper than it requires to have a gender studies degree.
This gender studies degree is ultimately useless.
What about an African American studies degree?
I mean, if you want to, I mean, you can go for it.
I've had enough Overwatch. It's only pissing me off. Another appropriation.
There's a lot more classes, but a lot of them are not, like, there's no course articulated for the said college to transfer, which means you don't really have to. Like, if your college doesn't have a class that you need, they'll usually let you transfer and take the class at the college. And there's like only 3 that are available. Stop going to school in North Korea. Yeah, I probably should stop, but you know what? I'm gonna get this whatever degree that I'm getting, and then I'm gonna.
Right, Kitty.
Well, this is why this is the argument that I've had with some of my friends about when people talk about free school for American citizens. I'm like, no. Let's slow down. My thing is, if you want free schooling for Americans, I would be okay with that, but trade school, something that you can take out into the real world and apply.
And not be in debt.
That would bring you an income.
No, trade school is so much more beneficial as well, guys.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Get much more. You get so many more job opportunities, and yes, a degree does look good on your application, but it will help you in the long run to go to trade school. Even if you do have a degree, it helps you to have a trade school because a lot of these people want experience anyways, and a lot of these people really don't like hiring new people because it's more of a liability. But if you go to a trade school, you've already got some experience from that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. A degree is that's nice, but I mean, let's be honest. We've already said you have a lot of useless degrees out there. Like,
oh yeah,
African American studies is a useless degree. Now, if you want to know African American,
botany is a useless degrie. I can confirm.
Now, if you want to know African American history, go right ahead. I wouldn't tell anybody no. No, I encourage it. Learn as much as you can. But that's not an applicable degree in the real world unless you plan on becoming an African American history professor. There's no other need for that.
Yeah, guys.
Other than that one area.
If real quick, I want to mention my Patreon. If I get 10 Patreons, I will do a super special stream where I take my hat off. So if you guys want to see Popefire without her hat, please consider signing up for my Patreon.
So you see the reason why.
And if you can get her to 15, Night Pope will go on camera.
Yes, and if we get to 15 Patreons, Night Pope will go on camera. Now I will make that stuff Patreon only because I think it'll be incredibly cruel. But I will Googling lesbian dance theory. That actually sounds like a fun degree. Oh, so we had a speech teacher that made us do this like mock debate, like this speech professor. And this is the same one that I've complained about that was pretty much racist as hell and pretty much told white students that they could never get an A and they had to work their way up while black students had to work their way down. And she told us we had to do this mock debate and it was over gun control. And she said, okay, I know we're in Oklahoma and a lot of people have relatives that hunt, but I want you guys to come up with better solutions than guns, and then I want you to debate them. So everybody else was doing like self-defense training, and I, being the little shithead that I was saying batarangs and how every citizen should have a concealed batarang. And I pretty much did all the arguments I would have had if for gun control, because if you guys don't know, I'm pro guns. And she got so pissed at me. I am so shocked I actually passed her class because she hated me.
Here's a funny thing that I can use to blow up that teacher's argument. As I told you before, I grew up in Brooklyn, New York. Mm-hmm. And in a lot of cities, because of the Shaw Brothers Kung Fu movies, and in the 70s, a lot of dudes in the 70s and 80s went out and bought martial art weapons. They went out and bought ninja stars and nunchucks, and they got outlawed in the cities. So you couldn't legally own a pair of nunchucks in the city anymore. So they went back to getting guns. So this professor, her theory is a little bit short-sighted. Yeah, you could say we could use something other than guns. they'll find something else.
People will always find ways to hurt other people. That's just how
Oh
it
yes.
is. It's
I
just
mean,
the gun's a lot quicker way to do it.
I mean, I stabbed a kid with a pen for kicking my desk in high school. If you really want to hurt somebody, you'll find a way to do it.
Oh no! I mean, when at my high school, somebody actually curb stopped somebody and actually caused their eye to pop out of their skull. It was actually quite gruesome.
Yeah.
We had a dude. Okay, so at my school, because I went to a mostly Hispanic school, they picked on this white kid, and he was a poor white kid. And this white kid was about 2 feet taller than these guys, because the Hispanic people generally aren't very tall. And and especially these, because these were like booster height.
Damn.
And this 6'1" guy picks up both of those like five like 3 or something, and he picks them up and slams both of them through the glass of the cafeteria. And because we had like 2 steps from the portion of our cafeteria. There's like the eating one, and then you step 2 steps, and there's another area to eat. Just shoves both of them, breaks the glass. They stumble back, and I've never seen them like. It was hilarious. Like it wasn't at the time, but it was funny because apparently they had been picking on this kid for being poor.
Yeah.
And they were picking on him because he was poor and white. And for people that say you can't be racist towards white people, bullshit, because you very well can be. And I went to a mostly Hispanic school. I can confirm that you can be racist towards white people.
You could be racist to anybody. The idea that you can only be racist to certain people is just freaking ridiculous.
Let's see how many classes I need to get a degree in, or at least not to get a degree, but to transfer into a gender, sexuality, and women's studies class at University of California, Davis. Okay, we have 3 up here, which is Intro to Gender Studies, Feminist Critiques, and Sexual Theory and History. And then we need 2 from the following, and there's a bunch of classes listed, but, they're all stupid, so.
Oh, yes, if you guys didn't know, Doom, the moderator Doom in my chat, he is my fake father, and he is actually the reason I do a lot of these, because he made me a moderator for DNC. It's actually funny. People are actually think that him and I are related. And I was telling people that Doom was like 86 years old, and people believed it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, let's look at my major. Let's look at freaking nuclear. Well, you need to take a lot of. I agree. You should take a lot of classes if you're going to do something like engineering. And second of all, if you are going to go to college, you need to have a plan.
Yeah, you definitely do.
Like, again, I'm very specific right now. I'm like, okay, nuclear engineering, there's work in that. Okay, blah, 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 blah. This is how much nuclear engineers make.
Yeah, no, because, okay, college is sort of set up to kind of waste your money. That's sort of how it is. That's why they have a crap ton of stuff there that you're not even using, but you're paying for it. You need to make sure when you go, you have your classes down, you go to your classes, you focus on your classes, and you don't waste tens of thousands of dollars there, because college is expensive.
Yeah, I'm going to
especially, and it's
college, and I save a lot of money.
There's 18-year-olds that are having mommy and daddy pay for it, or they're having the college pay for it, where they're gonna owe them a crap ton of more money. So what you need to do is you need to make sure that this is something you really want to do, and you want to make sure that you are going to do it, because dropping out of college is very expensive. Failing classes is very expensive. I have failed a class before, and it was very expensive because I had to take it again. I had to rebuy the books because a lot of the professors will switch your books up, because a lot of the professors will release their own book, and they'll have you buy several different books from them, and they are very expensive. You want to?
Oh yeah, I know that pain all too well.
Yeah. I had a professor that would only, because he made us buy, because I flunked out of his class. I have flunked college classes before. I was taking, in my defense though, I was taking like 20 hours, 19 or 20 hours. I was also working, and I flunked out of his class. It was a computer class, because I stopped going to it because I completely forgot about it. Because I got busy, and it was at a really inconvenient time for me, and I was just like, okay, I thought I had dropped it, but I didn't. I flunked his class. I had already bought the book. The next semester when I took it, he required us to buy a different book. Yep. That book was about like 180. It was a very expensive book, and it was a different book a year because he would release another book, and they were both by him. It's actually genius. These professors they are professors, but you need to make sure that if you are going to college that you do have a plan, and you also need to make sure that this is something that you really want to do. Now, we will only be continuing for 5 more minutes, so I'm gonna let Night Pope and Grimlock sort of speak real quick and let them talk about it.
I was laughing at your favorite troll for his theory as to why you wear the hat.
Popefire will show her bald spot if 10 people become Patreon. Yeah, if I hit 10 Patreons, I will reveal what's under my hat. Which may be a bald spot. It may also be hair. You won't know until I get 10 Patreons. And then at 15, Night Pope will do a face reveal with probably a mask on because I don't want people to perv on her because she's a little cutie pie. All right, Night Pope, you got anything to say, or are you just gonna giggle?
I don't really have anything. I mainly came on here for a cameo. I couldn't come for the first part, mainly to rant about my stupid college. And how many classes you don't have to take to get a useless degree. And I get that you need to take a lot to get like a degree in science or something because you need those classes, but like really, you can see I put 19 is bigger than 5.
Right. I wish college is only required to take the classes that were absolutely necessary for your degree, but why would they do that?
And those are not even counting the general eds.
There's just another hat under her hat. I used to actually wear a beanie under my hat because I was that fucking cringy. So I don't do that anymore, but I used to wear a flat hat and then I would put a little beanie under it. It was really cringy and very uncomfortable, but I thought it was the coolest thing ever because I had somebody that would take my hat off and there'd be another hat and they'd be like, "Oh my god, how do you do that?" But yeah. All right, guys, we're going to end it here, and I will see all of you probably tomorrow.